put yourself in this high vibrational place so that you can open up your heart and open up your energy and allow yourself to elevate so that you can attract that person into you. And essentially, they were saying you have to mate with yourself. Really munching down there, huh? Okay. Welcome to the Be a Boss podcast. I am your hostess, Angel, and this is the first episode, and I'm very excited. I do plan on having a guest host, but due to some scheduling things, I'm rolling solo today. Thank you for watching. Thank you for press and play. I am on a mission to elevate women of color to be their best selves in any capacity, in any way I can. If you know me, you know that I have a number of projects in the works. You know that I am always trying to help people do stuff. I'm just out here in these streets doing my best to help my women of color be excellent. So I'm making this podcast to share some of the knowledge and to open space for conversations, to have interviews with women and other people of color, non-binary. We let some men in here, it's okay. But to interview them, and more so than interview, to more have a conversation, just to see what it is like to be a boss in this world, okay? So I feel like this time would be a spectacular time for a sponsor. If you are interested in sponsoring the Be a Boss podcast, we'll take some time to elevate and promote and pump up your business and share it with the audience just so you can connect with them and so they can connect with you, because community is important. Teamwork makes the dream work. We can all figure out a way to be abundant, and it starts with supporting one another. So if you would like to sponsor the broadcast, definitely email me at angeliqueart@gmail.com or at bosslife926@gmail.com. I haven't decided which email I'm going to use for this. So let's just get into something today, right? I want this podcast to be informational. I want it to be entertaining. Definitely going to be cracking some jokes. It's definitely going to be slightly edited, about 45 minutes to an hour, maybe just 30 minutes. You feel me? I know that attention span and just calendars, period, are pretty full with what people are doing. You know, I'm looking to speak to my young entrepreneurs of color. I'm looking to connect with some boss people that got things rolling and going on, and they want to be highlighted and they want to share their wisdom. That's what this podcast is going to be about, and to encourage people that feel like maybe they can't do it because they are a woman of color or they are a non-binary person of color, that you can. And if you want to be excellent, there are plenty of examples for that excellence. So let me just talk about something that, let me just talk about something that I was listening to and see what wisdom I can share from that, right? Like I said, I want this to be informational, but entertaining and supportive. And and just kind of cover a range of things because, when you're living your best boss life, you are in relationships, you are taking care of your physical health, you're taking care of your mental health, you're figuring out where you want to travel and how to set goals and what is your next step and how to work with a team and different technologies. And I want to pull all of that into this podcast and just create a space for resources and connection, right? So I was listening to something recently, and I don't know if anybody out there knows who Abraham Hicks is, but I love them. I've been listening to Abraham Hicks for about 2 years now, like 2019-ish. And I really enjoy the way that they break down vibration and connection and manifestation and goal setting and drawing in relationships. And recently, literally just before I started press record on this, I had just finished listening to a speech they were doing, a Q&A that they were doing about attracting your soulmate or finding your soulmate or getting that partner into your life, right? So Abraham was basically saying you put yourself in that good feeling and you feel how you're going to feel once you are united with this person, and the satisfaction and the joy and the comfort, right? Because that's what you want to feel in a relationship. And you want to feel cared for, right? So they were talking about how you put yourself in this high vibrational place so that you can open up your heart and open up your energy and allow yourself to elevate so that you can attract that person into you. And essentially they were saying you have to mate with yourself, right? And I wanted to bring that concept, you like mating with yourself, right? And I don't think it's like mate with yourself as in like, that kind of mating. I think she or they, I'm not sure of official pronouns for Abraham, but mating with yourself more so along the lines of having a relationship with yourself where you feel on par with yourself, where you feel taken care of by yourself, where you feel challenged by yourself, where you feel honest and full and complete with yourself, like you match yourself, you mate yourself. And when you are aligned in that way, you can then allow yourself to be and meet someone who is also aligned, right? Because I know as an entrepreneurial woman, it can be difficult in these streets to find a partner that shares your ambition and to find a partner that understands your ambition, right? And it might not even be because someone's like, oh, you should stay in the house and you should be in the kitchen making me sandwiches. It might not even be that, but I will give an example from my own life, right? So my ex, I felt that, I want to say this somewhat delicately. With my ex, I felt that I had the desire to grow and expand more so than they wanted to grow and expand, right? And that's a tough conversation to have with yourself as the one who wants to expand, because especially as a woman, and we'll put it into that, especially as a nurturer, as a feminine energy wants to nurture, you have that question of, should I not right? There's the question of, should I just be complacent with my surroundings and my lifestyle and my friends and the people that I am associated with and that I hang out with? Should I just be content with this? Because there are other goals that I have, like I want a family and I want a home and I want a loving lifetime relationship, right? And you have to ask yourself that question to really say, like, am I going to quell my ambition for this other person? And the answer should be no, unless, and I've been watching some Rain, so I'm gonna put it in here because ambition is a two-edged sword. Unless your ambition is moving you to push people out of your life and hurt people and to disregard all of your relationships, or you find yourself often unsatisfied because you accomplish a goal, now you want to do something else, like you're constantly grasping for power or something. I feel like that's something that needs to be solved internally. But from my perspective of ambition and my definition of ambition for me, it was more so I wanted to have my own apartment or home to live in and a steady job and not be worried about my rent being due or overdrawing on my debit card, or people coming in and out of the house having roaches, not being able to fix stuff, not having a car. Like, I wanted to logically elevate my life, right? I wanted to, for my own preferences and standards. I'm gonna tell you, I'm basic. I am a minimalist, but I like fine things. I like things that are of quality. And I don't think there's anything wrong about that, right? And I once upon a time felt a certain way about even expressing that, because I didn't want to be like, oh, she bougie, she's uppity, she thinks she's too good. Like, I'm not I'm not that person. Like, I don't want a Louis Vuitton bag because it's Louis Vuitton. I would want a Louis Vuitton bag because of the quality that it's made with, right? Because the one that you get from Target or TJ Maxx or Walmart, it probably won't last the same amount of time. And it just, the quality is different. Honestly, I'm not sure. I have never owned a Louis Vuitton bag. I have never owned any type of, actually, I did have a little Coach wristlet thing, and it was clutch, let me tell you. And it was very well made. It's beautiful. I actually left it on the bus somewhere. Yeah. And that's what I'm saying. Like, I was tired of taking the bus. I was tired of standing on the corner for hours and, like, just not having access and resources to make my life more efficient. So I felt that my desire to grow my life and to be more like I had always felt since I was a child, um, I felt like it was something that they were not interested in. Bringing this back to um, the ambition and having that in a relationship. For me to have even questioned the ideas that I had been rolling over in my mind since childhood about having my own land and having houses and dogs and cats and maybe a couple horses, right? And my own garden and all of these different things to even entertain the idea of compromising that for the sake of a relationship with someone. I'm just going to cut it there with someone. I won't apply any attributes or anything, just with anyone, to have even the thoughts of not having those things that I felt I deserved for the sake of being in a relationship with someone. That's a tough conversation to have. And, thank God, universe showed me a different way for life and brought me out of that relationship and brought me closer to myself and to my intuition and brought me closer to better examples of what life can actually be and should look like for someone who is like me, someone who is ambitious, someone who is driven, someone who wants to get things done, someone who doesn't mind waiting but would prefer not to wait, right? So it's just like those simple things that I think are important when you are trying to find your mate as a boss. I feel like this is a decent enough topic of conversation to ask you out there, replayer, what do you think about being ambitious in a relationship? Do you feel like you should quell your ambitions for your partner? Do you feel like there is nothing that will make you give up your ambition? Do you feel like your partner should adjust to your ambition? What happens if your partner has ambitions that they want you to submit to, right? So, and I'm going to touch on this. What would have been the funniest part about my relationship and about most relationships that I've been in? I'm pretty submissive. When it comes to relationships, I prefer to let someone else lead and guide. I'm really here to help and support and love and nurture. I have very strong feminine energy. And that's kind of just what I'm here for. But it's funny because if my ex had any inkling of drive, of wanting to do, grow, be more at that time, I would have probably stayed with them. But it seemed every time there was an opportunity for something, they would put it to the wayside or disregard it. And I get it, we're all on our own journeys and we all perceive things differently. We all have different histories. I completely understand. I have no hard feelings, no strong feelings even about that anymore because I have come to understand that we are all on our own journeys. But back to what Abraham was saying, it was clear that our souls weren't mated, but they were attracted to each other, right? Because there was something in me that was looking to just be with a funny, kind, charismatic person, and something in them that wanted to be with a bold, funny, silly, cute woman. But we didn't take into account the people that we wanted to grow into. And I'm trying to think if there was ever a time that we really sat down and discussed our future or our goals or plans or ideas or anything of that nature that had to do with what's next down the line, other than what's like next month or next week. Like it was really just that on edge. And I didn't like that. And they were so okay with that. Um, and that was the only conversation we needed to have, apparently. Right. And there's always that question of, well, if this person changes, what if they became more ambitious? What if they da 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 da? There's still a point of, will our souls match? Will they mate? There is always going to be that question. And I feel like I am in a space and a frequency and an energy that I feel open to attracting someone who is self-loving and self-responsible and giving and generous in a sense that they serve themselves so well that they want to serve the world, right? And I feel like I am in that place energetically, and that business wise and professionally, that things are rolling in that direction. I'm not gonna hold you. I've had a few rough financial months. And my time and my attention were being put into a beautiful, wonderful cause. So I'm not not hardened by that at all. But I feel like things are starting to pick up again now that I have the space and the capacity to fully focus on feeding myself, right? So I asked the question again, what do you think about ambition in a relationship? What do you think about mating with yourself before you mate with another person? Before you partner with another person in any capacity whatsoever, whether it be romantic or platonic or professional, right? This is the Be a Boss podcast, and we are out here doing the business. So, um, how do you deal with ambition with your coworkers or your employees or your business partners? What if you are part of an LLC or some sort of business structure, and your partners aren't as ambitious as you? They don't want to move the business forward as much as you do. They don't want to take those same risks. I really would love to know your thoughts about that, because I personally, I don't think I've been dealing with that. I am a part of the ATBA, the Able to Be Able Impact Group. I'm the creative director. And I feel that the CEO and the rest of the board are right on line and flow with what the mission of ATBA is. And although for myself, I want to see myself taking more action steps in regards to how I want to serve and how I want my personal business to go. I have no real deep thoughts or withholdings or suggestions about how ATBA should be moving forward. I am exclusively here again to support and to cheer on and to encourage and to help generate ideas. So that's how it is for me. But like I said, if you're a part of a business and you're like maybe like COO and you want to do something, but the CEO is like, no, don't do that. What is that like for you? I would love to know. We appreciate your feedback and your talking to us, your conversation here on the Be a Boss podcast. I just want to take a moment to celebrate all of the boss women out there doing the dang thing, making it happen. I want to give a special shout out to my sister, Carrie Crosby, the CEO and founder of ATBA Impact Group. We just finished High Vibe. We really carried that out. We really knocked that out, and she brought that vision to life. And watching the past 6 months just how things have evolved and how everything played out beautifully and perfectly as it was meant to, based solely on our determination to get it done. It was so satisfying. And you know that feeling of when you go to a concert or a retreat or you go on vacation, right? And you come back and you're just like, dang, this is just regular life. Like that's kind of how I'm feeling now. And let me tell you, I had a little post-event depression. You know, Carrie went to stay with her mom. She's gonna be doing some more traveling stuff, seeing some more people. And her partner, Lori, whose home I am being so blessed to be able to stay in, she does overnight pet sitting. So I have just been here by myself. And it's just been really a powerful moment of awareness about adjustment, because I went from, you know, Carrie and me like storming before the storm, and then the event happening and everybody's around and we're buzzing and da da da, and I'm sleeping on the floor and then da 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 and everything, and running around, and then everything got kind of quiet, and then Carrie was here, and then Carrie packed up all her stuff and she left, and then Lori got her situations together and now she's staying somewhere else. And it's just like a really powerful, like I said, a moment of awareness to be like, I am alone and that's okay. And I had this incredible experience with all of these wonderful people, and I feel in my heart the desire to continue that. And since I was a part of, you know, initiating and operating and closing out this event, it's made me realize that it's possible. And let me tell y'all, we're gonna be doing some in-person stuff once I'm resettled in Los Angeles. I'm gonna be out there July 19th on my birthday. What's up, y'all? Y'all gonna see this before my birthday comes. And I'm so grateful and I'm so excited to everyone that supports me and my work and the things that I'm looking to build. You know, a lot of the people that support me know that I want to build more of these spaces and create more of these opportunities and allow my friends and colleagues to shine and to be themselves and to just be expressive and bold and get their fire started and keep it going, you know, like give people a platform. That is one of my biggest missions in life. And I know right now it doesn't seem like I have much of a platform. This is the first episode, but I know it's going to grow with consistency. This is something that I am looking to build into my life as part of my life, unless God tells me otherwise. And, you know, he got the last say, so I can't really say much. We'll see what happens, but I'm feeling called, feeling pretty comfortable to do this. So thank you so much for watching me talk. If you want to be my guest on at the podcast, please email me. Do Boss Life, bosslife926@gmail.com. Let me know. Check out my website, angelique.com. There's plenty of ways to contact me there. Definitely check out some artwork and also all sorts of things that I'm working on. You know, we are entrepreneurial in these streets. We are multifaceted. We are multi-hyphenate. We are the creative giants. So we can help you in some way, shape, or form. And I think that's something that I'm going to talk about in one of the upcoming podcasts, is knowing that you add value and being aware and being capable and being willing to share that value with people, right? That's so important. So again, here's a wonderful space to thank a sponsor. If you want to sponsor the podcast, girl, what you waiting for? Come on, let me hype you up. Let me share your services with my people. They will appreciate it. I will only work with you if we are aligned, right? If we mate, right? If I believe in what you're doing. Like I said, I want to provide a platform, a pedestal, a stage, a podcast section for you to shine. But yes, hopefully next time you will see me with a partner, not a romantic partner. Maybe, I don't know. Let's see what happens. I did tell my tribe at High Vibe that I'm looking for a partner that is funny and smart and creative, ambitious, and looking to start a family, preferably older than me, in their 30s or their 40s. I'm not too harsh, but I don't think I can deal with somebody younger than me. I just never felt like that was the move for me. I like to be the baby. So, yes, thank you for your time. Have a beautiful, wonderful, spectacular, magical day. And remember that you are a boss and that you have the ability to conquer life one day at a time if you love yourself. That's all I'm gonna say. See y'all next week. Bye.